Next, we'll go over how to quickly and efficiently inventory your order. So there are a few different ways that our sales reps use depending on your order size, and you can decide which way works best for you. So first, you'll notice how the inventory sheet looks. The driver will give you an inventory sheet each month with your order. We also try to keep you up to date with a cover letter that is attached. So please read that cover letter. Anyways, the inventory sheet has all the dry items at the top, sorted alphabetically, and they are highlighted in a light gray. The product descriptions match what the product actually says on the box or the packages, so if you ever see a mistake, we'd really appreciate it if you'd let us know, because we'd love the feedback. Next are all your frozen items, which are also sorted alphabetically, and they don't have any highlight to them. And you guessed it, they are sorted alphabetically. You can use this sheet to inventory your order to make sure everything is there, and we recommend inventorying your order as you put it away. So depending on your order size, you can see which one of these methods works best for you. So some of our reps with larger orders, like around 3, 4, 5,000 plus, they like to combine things that are alike. So they'll have a separate freezer for all of the chicken products, one for beef and one for pork and one for breads and miscellaneous. And then some reps will actually sort the orders by customer and put them away. But if you do it this way, it can take up a lot of room if you don't cut the boxes down to fit. So just kind of decide which one works for you and go with that. So here's a few tips on what to look for when doing inventory. Boxes with blue tape are cooler boxes. And when you see a frozen box with red tape, that means it's a mixed case with individual items in it. So you'll definitely want to open that up. When opening boxes with a knife, please only cut the sides and about 1 inch into the top. And please do not run your blade all the way across the top of a box. If you do, that will usually cut the product underneath. And I can't tell you how many times I've seen that happen over the years with employees. So please try and make sure you don't do that. It's a good practice to go through each box with your customer to ensure that they're getting the correct product. You can use their invoice to verify everything with them. If you have a problem when inventorying your order, please follow these guidelines. Double check that you have not accidentally put a dry box in your freezer. That happens all the time, especially if you have people helping you. And please double check that you have opened all your boxes. Sometimes when you've ordered more than something, they won't be together in the same box. And if you're still missing product or you have extra, please email rep support. Then call or email or text the 2 reps before and after you. Our drivers are pretty awesome, but they have been known to make a mistake over the years. So that brings us to problems with delivery. I can't stand delivery problems, but since we're all human, they will invariably happen. So here's what we're going to do about it. So as noted earlier, first thing to do is email rep support. And we prefer email because it has a paper trail. But if you're not able to email, calling or texting is just fine. If you do have an extra item, we'd appreciate it if you'd hold on to it until we can figure out where it came from. It might be a different rep's product, so if you could hold on to it for a few days, we'd really appreciate that. Also, you're not responsible to pay for any extra items, so you don't need to worry about that we'll charge you just because we sent it to you. Wouldn't that be awesome for us? But don't worry about it. If we are unable to find out who it's supposed to go to, we ask that you help us again by trying to sell it to your customers. You'll still make commission on it, and it really helps us guard against product loss. So if you can't sell it, please let us know and we'll decide on the best course of action, whether it needs to be discounted or worst case scenario, we send it back on the truck. We generally don't take things back on the truck because by the time they get back to us here at the warehouse, it's so beat up and hammered that we usually have to just throw it out anyway. Also, we don't run the reefers on the return trip because diesel fuel is expensive and it's just not worth it for one item. So if you were shorted something, and that means that you were charged for it but the product didn't make it to you, we will credit the account the product was ordered under. If your customer would prefer a refund, we can do that too, but we default to a credit on the account unless we hear otherwise. If an item arrives damaged, we always prefer to see if a customer will take it if it's just superficial damage. Of course, if the customer doesn't want it, we'll refund it because we do offer a 100% satisfaction guarantee. So if the product has been compromised, then we'd issue a credit, like if it's fallen all over the floor or it has a hole in it or something like that can't be easily just taped up. To reorder a product, simply put in another order for it online. We do not automatically ship damaged or shorted items. And that is all we have for problems with delivery.